Hello, great people. I want to tell you a story of how a Nigerian dead woman appeared in UK court. You may be wondering that is it possible for somebody that has been declared dead to live and not just only live but also appear in a UK court? At the end of this video, you would have understand what I'm talking about. You would not only understand it, you would have learned some life lessons, which is first that why you should not always lose guard, and secondly, why you should trust nobody in life, and thirdly, why you should always enjoy your life. And not only that, you would also have learned why Nigerians are usually afraid of Nigerians in diaspora. Some of you that have lived in diaspora or that you are in diaspora, you understand what I'm saying. That when you see your fellow Nigerians, sometimes your heart will skip. You are more alert, you are more conscious, you will get to know the reason why. And that brings me to the story of a woman called June Ashimota. Now, June Ashimota is a woman. June Ashimola, apologies. June Ashimola is a woman that lived in the United Kingdom. She lives in Woolwich. Now, you would know that there are some Nigerians that they've stayed long in the United Kingdom. They spend most of their lives there. Some of them, you may have them in your area that they call them Mommy London, Daddy London. You know that when you have lived in a place for so long, they will use the name of that place to be calling you. For instance, if you have lived in Lagos for many years, if you return to your village, they may be calling you Babeko, which means Baba Lagos. So that woman, June Ashimola, has lived in the UK for so many years, but she left the UK in 2018 and she returned to Nigeria. When she returned to Nigeria, before she left UK, I think she was doing well because she has a house in the UK that is worth £350,000. Yes, you heard me right. She has a home that is worth £350,000 in Woolwich, Southeast London. Now, you may want to press your calculator. £350,000 in Nigerian currency, because a pound now is about 2,000 naira, and see the result that it will give to you. So now, June Ashimola left the UK. She is 55 years old. The circumstance that made her leave the UK is unknown. Maybe she's tired of the UK and she decided to come to Nigeria. That I don't know. But she left the UK in 2018. And when she left the UK, now there is a gang of Nigerians that usually want to enrich themselves, that usually want to get rich quick. You know what they did? They declared that June Ashimola is dead. They declared her dead. They forged documents to prove that she is dead. They packaged all the document, and not only did they package the document, they provided a man called Bakari Lasisi. Bakari Lasisi presented himself as the husband of June Ashimola. He claimed that he married June Ashimola in 1993. So Bakari presented himself that, his wife June Ashimola is late. That now that his wife is late, he is the husband. So there's something we call power of attorney in the UK, which is that when you have that power of attorney, that means that you are the one in charge of the property. So Bakari Lasisi says he doesn't want to be in charge of the property. He now presented a lady called Ruth Samuel that, okay, my wife is the owner of this property, but now that my wife is late, I want power of attorney so that Ruth Samuel can be managing the property and be remitting the proceeds of that property to the children. So they were able to kind of like forge or orchestrate a document in that regard. Now, when they want to get the power of attorney, now there was now some suspicion as regards the authenticity of the document, and some Nigerians over there were good enough to have alerted June Ashimola, who is in Nigeria, who has been in Nigeria since 2018, to have alerted her that Ashimola, we are noticing some certain things that I think you need to be kind of like very careful and follow it through. So the matter led to a court case, but because June Ashimola wasn't able to come to the UK, whether she was sick or whether she has immigration issues, I really can't specify. But they were now dragging the matter, and since they have declared her dead, they have submitted the document. It was now difficult to say otherwise. Now, when the matter got to court, June Ashimola was able to just find a way to appear in court via virtually. She was able to appear virtually in court, and she submitted passport document and relevant documents to show that she is truly the person in question. Now that court, now there katakata na im boss. So if people had not kind of like alerted June Ashimola, that is how these people would have declared her dead and claimed her property. That's how her property would have been gone and gone for life. So the court now detected that the syndicate that was involved, the Bakare Lasisi, that claimed that he was the husband of June Ashimola, and also Ruth Samuel, that Bakare Lasisi won the power of attorney for to be managing the property, that they are all working for a guy called Tony Ashikodi. Tony Ashikodi is a convicted fraudster that have served 3-year jail term in the UK before. And when he came back from prison, he still went into that particular. So they discovered that it was that Tony Ashikodi that was behind it, that Bakare Lasisi was working for him, and also Ruth Samuel. So you can imagine that. And the most interesting part is that when June Ashimola left the UK in 2018, these people declared her dead on February 2019. Just look at man inhumanity to man. Somebody that is living, somebody that is existing, you declare that dead just so that you can inherit a £350,000 property. You can imagine how wicked that people are. You see, what I can say in this regard is that in life we need to be very, very careful. We need to be very, very careful of people around you, because the truth is that if you don't enjoy your life, that you are the type that you are stingy to yourself, people can't wait for you to die, and immediately you die, everybody will start sharing your property, and that car, that house, that clothes that you always package, you don't want to wear it, you're always managing that money that you use all your life to save. They will go into your account, lavish the money, use it anyhow, and if you are not a friend of God, or if you are not a righteous person, you may eventually find yourself in hell. So that is double problem. You didn't enjoy your life on earth, you still find yourself in hellfire. And imagine, so I think it is important that the little way you can, always enjoy your life. Don't be a spendthrift. Don't just spend anyhow, but at least give your life some meaning, give your life some comfort to the best of your ability. And if we look at this, it points to us being beware of our families, and not just our family, also our friends. And that's why it's always good that we should always also be good to people in our community. If June Ashimola is not good to people in our community, who would have alerted her? And we need to be beware of family and friends, because we need to tell people, at least have people, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, 4 people that you can tell about your property, that you can tell about the things that you have, just for knowledge sake, so that they are aware in case of anything. Because now the woman is not dead. They said, oh, that she is dead. Imagine that kind of a thing. You can just imagine the man inhumanity to man. And the third lesson in all of this is we should beware of extravagant returnees. You know that there are some returnees that when they return from the diaspora, they'll just come back from abroad and start building all these big houses, like they can build a 4-story building hotel. Beware of such people. If you are a lady that ojukokoro dey your high, beware of such people that when they come back from abroad, they just spend money anyhow. They just spend money as if, to use the popular street parlance, money and water. Beware of them. And also beware of people around you. I keep saying it because if they don't know if they don't know that she owns that property, they wouldn't have taken such step against her to declare her dead. And if they had succeeded, definitely they would have perhaps sold the property, or they would have just been managing it, and that is just the end of it. But let us imagine that if she is now dead, and she did not inform her children, she did not inform her husband or family, then that is the end of it. And that is why we all need to be very careful. And these are some of the reasons that when you see Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians are always afraid of themselves. These are some of the reasons, because now your fellow Niger, now he go buy you if you are not careful in the diaspora. And that is why we need to be very careful, and may God always lead us right in such a way that we don't fall into the hands of prayer and the hands of parasite, because thousand naira, sorry, 350,000 pounds worth of home is a lot of money. I'm glad that at the end of the day, the judge was able to hand over the property back to June Ashimola, and now she's in possession of her property. Congratulations to her, and I hope that she will live long to enjoy the property. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politin with Dr. Omoshola. Did you do what to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course I have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.